What's up, guys? Welcome to the very first edition of the Rich and Angel Show, where we are going to be tackling all kinds of topics from digital to food equipment service, everything you're seeing in the kitchens, outside of the kitchens, and everything in between. So we are going to jump right into the first episode. Angel, how you doing?
Doing good. I'm excited because this is a new format, and so it kind of makes things exciting. It gives a different kind of vibe. We're talking to you guys, but at the same time, we're talking to each other, so it's a lot more like morning television than it is like a podcast. So
very true.
Let's see if you guys like it and if we want to stick to it.
Yeah, I think we're going to have some different interesting things we're going to look to bring to the table.
Yeah.
Of course, for the first episode, who knows where this is going to go?
That's a good question.
We're kind of freewheeling here on this one, freestyling.
Yep.
So I think one of the things we should probably jump into to talk about is everything we have going on.
Yes.
Rich and Angel have some things going on.
Yeah.
Here on the Rich and Angel Show, we want to make mention of the Fed conference, I think. Food Equipment Digital Disruptors over on Facebook. If you're not part of the group, you got to get there. The industry is there. We were just at CFDS.
Yep.
Talking about channel partners and how we can connect.
The national conference was awesome too. It was a lot of fun, and that's my first kind of big fancy dinner in this industry. So I gotta say, shouts to Nick Cribb for being an awesome host. I really felt like I was at at the Oscars or something.
Yeah, he did. Nick, you did such a killer job, man.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, man, I just so much. You hit it from the comedy perspective. You hit us in the heart.
You gave us the 1-2 of authenticity.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, and at the CFDS conference, we were talking about again the channel partners connecting and having one language and just talking, being able to communicate to each other properly.
Right.
I think the Fed conference is going to be a great place to get all channel partners in the same room.
Yeah, I think I think we were talking about it while we were there that it's the Fed group is looking to be more of like the sixth channel partner in a way, not necessarily an association or anything, but
no.
just the fact that we're a resource at a place where everybody in the industry can meet and talk about one specific subject. For CFDS, it's service. For Fed Group, it would be the digital side of your business, whatever business that is.
Yeah, I mean, and trying to get you guys to understand the importance of getting online and building your personal brand along with your company brand. If you're a business owner, I think it's more important than ever, especially if you're a small business and business owner like we are. It really, really opens up the door to new opportunities and to be able to connect you with your customers and be more transparent. We all want to know who we're working with.
Right. I think, can we talk about the mentality of I don't want my competitors to know what I'm up to? Can we talk about that a little bit? Because I feel like there could be a lot of reservations like that. Let me close this a little bit.
Yeah. No, and that's a great point to bring up because we just talked about this.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone, listen, if you're doing business and you're doing good business and you've been around a long time, and most of the people in this industry have.
Yeah. Seasoned veterans.
Yeah. I mean, what does it matter what your competition knows about you as far as putting out video content on what your services are? We already know what your services are. As far as what your team is doing, maybe behind the scenes, we already have an idea of what they're doing behind the scenes. They're doing the same things we are, but what that opens up is conversation and maybe community.
Yeah, and I think there's the idea of authenticity to go with it too. Like everything that's going on in this industry, from what I've seen, very new, but it's very tried and true. Things are going to work if they're going to work, and things have been tested and retested year after year in this industry. So why should we be reserved about creating stuff that shows what we're doing on the inside if these are just like tried and true methods that have just been with us for a long time? Yeah.
Yeah. And to that effect of worrying about what the competition is thinking, right?
Right.
For me, we are in control of our media.
Yeah.
Right? We're in complete control. You see exactly what we want you to see.
Right.
Okay? We're not sitting here acting like things are always peachy and keen here in this building or in this business. Sometimes it hits the fan.
Yeah, sometimes I gotta stop the camera.
Sometimes we say things that are not politically correct or so nice and like, wait a second, to cut that out.
Right. And I think that's the big steering wheel that people are looking for with content creation. It's like, okay, I don't want people to misunderstand who we are. We don't want, to accidentally give props to our competitor or something. Well, that's why not only is it important to have content, but it's also important to have the right people create it. Because they'll be able to see those things from a mile away. They'll be able to say, hey, you're a manufacturer, you shouldn't be putting this in that video. Or you're a service company, you shouldn't be portrayed this way. So I think a big part of it is like not only what to put in your video, but who's making your video.
It's a great point. And that goes back to the control. I mean, if you're making the videos for us,
right,
you're in control.
And I'm also held accountable.
Right.
By the way.
Yeah. And if there's discussion like, hey, should we put this up? Maybe not. Let's not put that up. Because we also want to keep our image and our persona the way we want it to be. Of course. That's what brands are doing. Nike, McDonald's, all these big brands have been doing it forever. This is not new.
Right.
We just now have outlets and mediums that we can do this and be seen. And it's working because I have so many examples at this point of how things are working with opportunities. And I'm not going to get into them here because I'll save that for when you go to richmalicky.com and hire me to speak at your business or event.
But I would like to touch on that a little bit just from my perspective. Like a lot of the companies in this industry are very big. Maybe they have, over 100 employees or so. And I draw a parallel to things like Nike that you brought up or Adidas or something, that they have created a way to incorporate an individual to kind of be the inspiration for their brand, like Nike with Colin Kaepernick, which whether you agree with him politically or not is irrelevant. It's just a matter of it worked.
Yeah,
that's it. He carried that brand. Adidas did it with Kanye for a little bit, and Nike brought on Jerry Lorenzo. Now I'm kind of a geek when it comes to that kind of stuff, so. If you don't know who that is, don't feel bad.
I actually don't know who that is.
So he created a brand new sneaker for Nike, and it's the Fear of God sneaker. So it's like a high-end clothing brand called Fear of God, and they were the first high-end clothing brand to collaborate with Nike.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so it's a big deal in the fashion industry, like especially like the apparel industry. It's game changing, and this has happened in the past couple of years where huge brands like this are talking to individuals who have a platform and saying, here, will you embody the principles and the values of our company? And they're doing that, and it's working. So it's a good thing for manufacturers to look at and just be like, who can we do this with? Yeah.
I mean, that's essentially and just another way to get your equipment out into the masses.
Yes.
When you're attaching yourself to different people and different. I mean, if you're looking like us, we're putting out video a day, all this content. Maybe you want to talk to me about being part of one of your campaigns.
Right. I mean, just to be fully transparent, the boot company. Can you give that as an example?
So we reached out to Carolina Boots, right? They're a well-known manufacturer of boots.
Yeah.
They're, are they? I guess they're a competition with Timberland and Wolverine and all those, right?
Right.
So Wolverine is the ones that got back to me and said they're interested in partnering with us for boots, and we're probably going to be doing some giveaways at some point. I'm in touch with the marketing team there. I haven't heard from them. I got to reach back out, but
right.
They're interested because they say, hey, we see you're doing something different here, and there's probably an untapped market here in the food equipment industry with thousands and thousands of technicians that I'm going to be getting in front of as time goes on. We're already getting thousands of views between LinkedIn and everything. I mean, between YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook. I mean, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of views that we're getting every week.
Oh, yeah. And that's the thing that I guess you guys should be inspired by, not necessarily because it's rich, but because there's a brand new opportunity that's opening up within this industry that you can capitalize on. Like some of our friends, Josh Zolan and Giancarlo have capitalized on. These are parts of the industry that have yet to be fully formed, and if you grab it right now, you can fully form it and make it into like industry standard.
Yeah. There's so much that's ripe for the taking right now in an industry that is tiptoeing around the media world. Some people are just getting their feet wet. Some people are like, I get it. We're just not going to do it. Right. If you get it, then you should be doing it, which tells me you don't really get it. You just see people are doing it, so you think, well, I get it. But you don't get it.
Right.
Get it? I don't know.
I think I get it.
Yeah. It's just that back to the boot thing. I mean, if we partner properly and this really connects on levels, I could look to make this the boot of the food equipment industry on my platform.
Right. And then what would happen would be, just to keep it really practical with you guys, and it's like, all right, well, I don't get how that whole thing works. What would happen would be a deal between Rich and the boot company. And while you're watching this, you'd say, hey, we'll be right back for a commercial break. And we would say, hey, guys, we just want you guys to know about this boot. You get a discount if you put in promo code, Maliki. And then back to your regularly scheduled program. And then we'd be back. Hey, guys, how you doing? And that's how the sponsorship works.
Simple.
It's simple. And
it's not new.
Yeah.
Right? We're not telling you anything you probably haven't heard of before. I mean, you listen to the radio, you watch TV.
Ads. Yep.
It's the same thing, but things are now on platforms. We're on LinkedIn, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook. You're watching this right now, listening to this right now on a social media platform.
Right.
So we're getting to you. Who else are we getting to? And that's what's really important to understand. Once you start this thing, sky is not the limit. I mean, you go way past the sky.
Right. Yeah, there's endless avenues of new revenue you can bring in for your company, no matter how you play it. Whatever way you decide to play it. So it's a really interesting opportunity.
It is.
Yeah. Can we talk about this show format a little bit? Can we do that?
Let's do it.
All right. So what we're hoping to do, and this is what Rich was kind of recommended earlier today. Excuse me. We're hoping to make this a call-in show. So we would give you guys either a number, or you can hit us up on any platform. And you can say, hey, next time you're doing a call-in show, will you call us? And this little device right here is able to record phone calls. So we would call you from the phone, and you'd be able to hear crystal clear who is calling, and we'd talk and answer any questions about anything that you guys have in mind. If it's for Rich and it's the industry stuff, or if it's for either of us and it's digital, we'd be able to have a full-fledged live conversation right there on the phone.
Yeah, I mean, and this is essentially one of those things where we're looking to continue to build community.
Yeah.
And create awareness for the food equipment industry at large, and hopefully really begin to inspire and open minds. And way to do that is to talk with you guys and gals and see what you guys have in mind to bring to the table. I think it'll be real interesting.
Yeah, I think it'd be a lot of fun to hear from you guys and to hear what it is specifically that you are looking for from us. We also wanted to ask you guys about some segments that we could have in the show. If you ever watched The Tonight Show or Carson or anything, Kimmel, they have all these little segments that are fun little segments. Maybe we could do something like that. We just need to know what you guys would like to see, and then we can kind of be creative from there. If not, we'll come up with some, and you let us know if you like them.
Oh yeah, we'll come up with something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what else do we have going on here? It's the end of September. Getting ready to go into October, fourth quarter for businesses.
I think that's
the year flew.
Yeah, it's been such a quick year. It's been crazy to see where everything has come from since the beginning of 2019.
It's been wild. I mean, we committed to a video a day. We've pretty much upheld it for the most part. We missed a couple here and there, but
I think we missed a few.
Travel and different things like that. You don't realize how tough it is. So I think we've got pretty much a video a day down. Even if we were repurposing and putting something on stuff, we've mostly got every day. But we should recap this year for everyone and realize what we did. So with that, we also been traveling with CFDS Regionals.
Yes, you're on tour.
On tour, man. It's been really amazing, and I've been working on my speaking skills.
For that opportunity.
Yeah, shout out to CFDS. If you're watching this and you be maybe one of those people that don't know who or what that is, go to CFESA.com.
It'll be right there.
CFESA.com. Check it out. And it's the standard for service excellence for food equipment service companies like Maliki Parts and Service, like Coker Service, like American Kitchen, like All Service Day and Night, like all these companies that are part of it. Right, so we've been on tour. I've been speaking at all of them.
Yeah, and that's been
better.
So what's that been like for you, right? Because before this year,
scary.
You've never done public speaking.
Never did public speaking before. First time ever. We were out in Dallas. Was the first one I did. Thanks to Katie at RSI. Thank you, Katie. It's scary. I was scared to death.
I would just want to give a little anecdote about your first time speaking. We got to Dallas early just so that we can be prepared for Rich's speech. And he was like, all right, let's go over it. Let's go over the presentation. We got together and we're in the hotel the night before, and he starts going off like, and you got to do this, and just like, and he's just animated about everything. Yeah. And then the next day in Dallas, he walks up to me right before, he's like, I forgot everything I was going to say.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do right now. I didn't know what I was doing. I was staring out into a sea full of people.
And he was standing in front of the projector the whole talk. But hey. I mean, coming from that to where you're at now, which
got a little better.
You've made like a nice 15-20% increase in your ability to communicate.
Yeah.
I think if I could just have a camera, like a little GoPro on me whenever you're talking to people, and get that same energy, it would just be.
Yeah. It's so much easier when I'm doing a one-on-one or I'm in a circle of 4 or 5 people. It's just. Because oftentimes when I leave those small 4 to 5 circles, they're like, the passion coming out of you is just, I could feel it. Thank you. I want to bring that to the table to the 80, 90, 100 people that I'm in front of.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah. Are you guys, any of you guys have trouble with public speaking? I'd love to know. And what do you guys do to fix that, to overcome that?
Yeah.
Because, public speaking is one of those things that, like, you have to really be able to put yourself out there.
Yeah, and that's one of these opportunities that arose from this media thing that I did not know I wanted, and I think now as we're going along, I'm like, you know what? I need to, if I want to be the guy I want to be, I got to start doing these things.
Right.
So I'm gonna keep doing it, and I don't hate it. I really don't. I just wish I was more comfortable. I need to loosen up, maybe take a couple of shots of whiskey or something.
Maybe that'll do it, right?
Maybe. So I know the things I want to say. But when you get up there and you see those people, it's like, oh, I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But we're getting better. We'll be in Vegas next week. For the final hurrah of 2019. Going to be talking food equipment, service, and digital disruption, and what that means to service companies. And I'm just trying to inspire people to get online because this industry needs to get noisier.
Yeah.
The number one thing we keep talking about too, right, all year, I need technicians.
Right. And let's roll with that, the idea of it being noisy. I mean, I can imagine some of you might be like, why does this industry need to be noisier online? What's the point? Mm-hmm. Well, when you have a new company that's starting fresh with social media and they're like, how do I get millions of followers? Well, it's not going to happen in this industry.
Never.
Because nobody's on the internet in this industry. Right. So if we want the internet to work to our benefit, being the amazing piece of technology that it is, we all have to be on there.
Right. So people say, oh, I don't have any followers, like 50 followers or 28 followers. It's because nobody's there. And the first thing you hear, hey, are you on the Facebook? Nah, we don't do Facebook.
Yeah, it's the wrong metric to measure by.
So then how do you expect, if you don't do Facebook, think about all the people in this industry that say, no, we don't do Facebook. Right. It is 2.4 billion people, the biggest, strongest platform on the planet. The attention is there. Yes, it's pay to play, but damn,
newspapers and billboards are pay to play too.
Of course.
This is the metric that I love about the internet. When it's pay to play on Facebook, you can see who's looking at your stuff, where they're from, where do they live, what are they interested in, and everything else. But with a billboard, you have no idea who's driving past that billboard.
Not a clue.
I mean, you have a rough estimate of like X amount of cars per hour.
Right. 100,000 people a day go by here.
Right.
Okay, well, who are those people?
Right. Where are they going?
Do they care?
Are they on the road trip? Do they not care at all about a local service company?
Right.
There's a lot of variations that those questions are just answered with digital analytics.
Yeah.
So I think it's an awesome way to just say, like, this is why we need to be louder, noisier as an industry, so that we can all get the attention of the people we all so desperately need.
Yeah, and it's going back to the conversations, like the ROI and where what are you getting out of this?
What are you getting out of putting up a billboard?
Right. What do you get to putting up a billboard? What have you gotten from putting something in a local newspaper?
In a newspaper.
It's here. You have the opportunity to get in front of end users, dealers, reps, other service companies, and just kind of showcase what you got going on and have no fear of the competition. This is not about worrying about competition. How could you worry about competition and run your business? Right. If you're spending energy worrying about what your competition is doing, I think you're wasting time. You're wasting time and effort.
Yeah.
So put that out of your mind and get on here and start working these platforms.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to bring this home, because the idea of there being competition that's going to hinder you from putting yourself out there is kind of like an insecure mindset, because if you're doing things to the best of your ability that you know how to do, your vision is tight, there's no way your competition will be able to compete with that, and they won't be able to do it just like you. And by the time you put out the video, we were talking about this earlier, by the time we've done what we did, recorded it, edited it, posted it, we're already 5-6 steps ahead. So even if somebody is copying our videos, we're already still moving.
Yeah. And listen, copying, right? That's the biggest form of flattery anyone could ever do. So
like Picasso says, good artists copy, great artists steal.
That's it, And I mean, we're not here trying to tell you that you're going to go out of business tomorrow because you don't have a media strategy. But right. I think what we're trying to let you know that is 2020 is coming. Mm-hmm. And Gary Vee says it all the time. He talks about this being, the channels, ABC, NBC, CBS. Things are shifting from the TV and radio all to your phone. Mm-hmm. And, one day.
Twitter is definitely CNN, though.
Twitter CNN?
Yeah.
Is it dying?
Yeah, it's dying.
Twitter's dying. Hashtag Twitter's dying. I've actually been using Twitter a little more lately.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know why. I just all of a sudden kind of started migrating back.
I think because we just like to rant. So Twitter's just the place for anger.
I actually let Antonio Brown have it on Twitter. That guy pisses me off, man. Anyway, that's the subject for another day.
I was ranting about that show Shameless on HBO.
Yeah,
I got so mad. Showtime. They ruined the last 2 seasons.
Did they?
So mad.
I watched the first season, and I don't know what happened after that.
Oh, it was great for like 7 seasons, and then the last 2 just went out the window.
I haven't been watching anything. The only series I really been watching was Stranger Things, which I love. And you haven't watched that yet, right?
Nope, not yet.
Stranger Things.
So that was 1984 American Horror Story.
2 episodes in. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not great. Quite honestly.
I kind of figured. I saw another commercial, and my interest was piqued at first, but then saw the other commercial. I was like, this looks kind of cheesy.
Well, I'll watch it because I love horror.
Yeah.
Anything horror shows, everything. I'm a big Michael Myers fan. The original Halloween. I love horror films everywhere, anything you could think of. So I'll watch it. Even when they suck, I watch it.
Yeah.
Just because I want to see what's going on. But I don't know. Where are we at?
Let's leave people with a question of the day.
Let's leave people with a question of the day. Well, we didn't prepare for this beforehand.
No. Well, I had a silly one in mind, and then maybe you could think of a serious one.
What do you got?
Silly question of the day. What are you going to be for Halloween?
Oh, okay. I like that because I need some ideas. What are you going to be for Halloween? And I guess what is holding you back from starting your media journey?
Nice.
What's holding you back? And we don't want any generic answers like, I'm scared to be on camera or something. Removing that from the spectrum of being scared to being on camera. Yeah. What's really holding you back? Right, the meat and potatoes of why.
Yeah, what are the technicalities and the logistics behind the reasons that you can't do this?
Yeah.
This way, maybe we can come up with a solution together.
And definitely, join the Fed group.
Yeah.
That'll be a great resource for you to start getting maybe some confidence and some know-how and some interesting things. We have a couple of new things going on in the group. Angel's doing weekly Wednesdays.
Weekly Wednesdays on the Fed group.
Yeah, we got some interesting things going. We got content pouring in. We got the conference coming. So go to thefedgroup.com and join the industry and make connections and network, and maybe that'll help you out. Yeah. So the question of the day, what are you going to be for Halloween, and what is stopping you from starting your media journey? And I guess that's it. Episode 1 of the Rich and Angel Show. It's down pat.
What do you think?
I like this. Just chit-chatting.
Just chit-chat. Maybe if you have some subjects for us, you let us know.
Maybe next time we bust open some empathy wine.
Oh, maybe that's a good idea. I'm always down.
That's what we're going to do.
All right.
If you want to be on the Rich and Angel Show, maybe you want to come in here, have a drink with us. We'll shoot the for a little bit.
And if you don't want to come in, you could still just have a drink with us from home.
That's right. All right, guys. Angel, we're out of here.
All right. I'm Angel.
I'm Rich.
This is the Rich and Angel Show.
See you on the next one.
Peace.
Peace.